Hello everyone, it's Jamarl Thomas. Welcome to the Progressive Soapbox. I hope you guys are doing alright. This one is going to be relatively quick. It's just going to be an update. Before I start, if you guys enjoy the content, and check my sound. If you guys enjoy the content, please feel free to share, like, subscribe. You can always support through Patreon. Iran has, if you remember, I think it was last week or week before last, there was an attack on Iran. It was an extremely deadly attack where the Revolutionary Guard was hit during a parade. Multiple people died in this, and even more were injured. September 22nd attack on a military parade in southwest city of As. Now, Iran said that there were going to be consequences for that, and today we have at least some of the consequences. In that attack, 24 people were killed. Just to give a heads up, I was looking for the number of people. There were 24 people that were killed in the last attack, and I think there were over 70 injured. So, Iran fired multiple missiles off today. 6 mid-range missiles and 7 unmanned drones. Those missiles were fired at what Iran called the headquarters of Takriti terrorists, a term Iran government uses to describe Sunni jihadists like ISIL. Many tough Takriti terrorists and leaders responsible for the terrorist crime of As has been killed or wounded in a missile attack, the Guard said in a statement. The U.S. military-led coalition confirmed that Iran has carried out military strikes near Abu Kamal, but said that it was still assessing if the missiles hit their targets. Look, we don't necessarily know if they hit anybody, how many people were killed. We don't necessarily know that yet. Iran can say whatever Iran wants, just like Syrian government, or for that matter, the United States government can say whatever it wants. All militaries have this kind of interest in saying how awesome their military operations were. But that said, the fact that they launched a missile is true, and the fact that they used drones in order to attack is also true. And even our own military confirms that, yes, these guys have carried out an attack, even though they don't necessarily know the damage of that particular attack. Listen to this gentleman. This gentleman is the foreign minister for Iran. Thing is, you ask the question, at least I do, you know, yes, they're doing an attack, but are they doing this for larger reasons? Keep in mind that the United States has, in Western powers, has worked to destabilize the Syrian government. It is known that the United States has taken actions to either restrict Iran from the standpoint of finances or try to remove their influence in countries like Yemen, and Syria and Iraq. You know, anytime a strike like this takes place, the question becomes, are there larger reasons for a strike like this to take place? And because, look, how does Iran know that whoever was in the headquarters that they supposedly bombed, that these were the people that were responsible for what took place for the Revolutionary Guard? We have no idea. Meaning, it's not like Iran has said, all right, here's a court listing of the people that were responsible. They did a military strike. They said those guys were responsible, and we're left taking their word for it. We have no idea who was responsible for the Revolutionary Guard thing. We have no idea if the people who Iran supposedly hit in this bombing had anything to do with the Revolutionary Guard thing. We don't even know if Iran hit anybody in the first place. All we know, a missile strike took place, and a missile strike landed somewhere, and it was followed by a drone strike. Take a listen to the foreign minister. Somebody asked him whether or not that strike has a larger implications, meaning a missile strike being more than just a missile strike. Is it trying to send a message to certain groups that have been trying to destabilize and undermine and get rid of, or you could say wipe Iran off the face of the earth? Take a listen to it. Iran's permanent will to attack centers that produce and train terrorists. Well, that's kind of overt. Whatever you want to think of the missile strike, that answer to that question kind of gets across this idea of, look, if you're trying to take us down, we are willing to strike those areas that are trying to train these people, that is trying to destabilize our government. The article itself says that at some point Iran has implied, right here, Iran initially blamed Arab separatists backed by the United States and Gulf Arab states for the September 22nd attack on a military parade in southwest city of Asf. Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, Iran's supreme leader, later implied that ISIL was to blame. So, stories like this always leave with more questions than anything else. And ultimately, I guess it just boils down to a news report. Iran attacked somebody who they say were responsible for the Revolutionary Guard. And this gentleman, foreign minister, has, so let me see, let me make sure he's foreign minister. But essentially, talking to the press, makes this point that whoever is attacking us, we are willing to do what necessary to go after those people. So I'll leave it here. I'm not going to keep this one long. This one is straightforward, just a news report. Thanks, guys.